I'm just smiling. So, guys, welcome, 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 welcome. So, guys, if you can hear me, please let me know. If you can see me, let me know. Today's live stream, we must do it. Okay. Hello. Kate Lawrence, you're welcome. So, can you hear me? Can you see me? Please let me know. Is my camera better? Okay, hello, Damola. Yes, I'm hearing and seeing you. Okay, thank you so much. AE29PA. Oluwakemi, thank you so much. Good evening and welcome to another live stream for today. Welcome again. That's just the truth because we actually started, for those of you that don't know, we actually started this live stream before. Folusho, you're welcome. Kate Lawrence, okay, thank you so much for confirming. Okay, guys, so I'm watching. Okay, you're watching from the UK. AEPA, please, what's your name? Yes, it got frozen. I hope. Okay, yes, thank you so much for confirming. Thank you so much. AE29, thank you so much. Okay, guys, so let's continue. So it actually got frozen, but it's back. The truth of the matter is that this live stream, we started it before. Everything just, I had, okay, Lola, welcome. So I had to just restart it all over again. Okay, so this was what we were actually doing. This was what we're trying to do, as in a basic bodice that we're trying to cut before transferring to the fabric. So now what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to transfer it anyway. So maybe in an upcoming class, don't need, in an upcoming class, for those of you, if you don't know how to actually draft a simple basic bodice, you can just drop it on the comment section. Maybe in an upcoming live stream I will do this. Okay, so now let's just transfer to our fabric and just get straight into the tutorial for today, because the big deal about the tutorial today is the sleeves. Okay, so now I'm just going to adjust my camera, trying to face it on my table, and then we will use the basic bodice that we did earlier on to cut out the. Okay, thank you so much, Lola. Thank you. I like when I'm doing live stream like this. I like people that are gisting with me, so that you are just like literally gisting with me when you respond to, when you are, as you are commenting. Yeah, I really like that. Okay, so thank you so much. So now the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm just going to fold my, let's cut out, use that basic bodice that we did earlier on. Let's cut out the front and the back. Okay, so if there's any problem, like if you can't see my table properly, you can just let me know. Okay, so now we're going to take this, so I'm just going to place this like this. Okay, let's see. And then, okay, I'll turn it straight so it will be easy, and then we'll cut this out right now. Okay, so we placed it like this. So for this, I want to extend the length of the blouse a little bit. So I want to extend a little bit. So I'm just going to extend with about 2 inches. And here again, I'm looking for my tape. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this out first, because this my space is really is, I'm just trying to manage the space. So let's cut out first, and then I'll show you guys what I want to do. Okay, so you place like this, and then you cut. When cutting, add a little bit of allowance of like 1 inch or 2 inch, depends on what you want to your pattern. Okay, so after cutting, so I'll keep my basic bodice on the side. So I'll use this piece that I've cut. I'll use it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. AE29 fashion. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate. I appreciate. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to place this again, and then I'm going to cut out the back piece. Okay. So let's adjust our camera properly so we don't miss out anything on our table. So I'll place this like this. So I'm trying to fold my fabric. Okay. All right, thank you guys. You guys should like the video. Yes, like the video. I'm always I'm always saying that. So I'll place this like this, and then I'll add allowance to the back piece. Okay, to the parts of the back. So you just place it like this. So it depends on how many inches allowance you want to add. So you can see for this I'm using about 1.5 inches. So I'm going to place that like that way, and then I'm going to cut out. I just want to cut this out so we'll have space on the table so I can shape the blouse properly. Okay, so I'll cut this out now like this. Okay, so let this excess go out. So now let's work on our pieces. Let's work on it nicely and better. So I'm trying to place them together so they sit nicely together. Okay, so for those of you, if you are just joining us, you're welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's continue. Thank you so much. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'll place this like this, and then I'm going to, let's shape the down part of our blouse. Okay, so this is the down part. So I'll just bring it this way so you can see it properly. So in giving it that beautiful shape, here is what we are going to do. I'm going to come to those points like this. I'll just mark 1.5 inches upwards like this, and then that 1.5 inches upward, I'll take my pattern curve like this, and then I'll place it. This is to enable me give it a beautiful shape at the down, so the down part of my blouse is not looking, it's not just looking straight, you understand? So that's that. So I'll place it like that, and then I'm going to go ahead, I'll cut this out like this. So you can see where I'm cutting. I'm actually not cutting this point, so I'm just cutting this part. So you can see that beautiful curve at the down part of our blouse, and then the side. So I'm going to shapen it nicely and better. So these are all of the things that you should look out for as beginners when making a dress. Make sure you trim everything nicely before you continue. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut this. Thank you so much, Kate Lawrence. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for gifting me. Actually, don't take it for granted. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are really making my day today. Thank you so much. So the next thing now, we are just going to slant this a little bit just to trim out all of this excess that we have. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Okay, so we have that. So the next thing we're going to do now, we are going to cut out the neckline. Okay, so to cut out the neckline, let's just do a simple basic neckline. Okay, so like I said, I think it was in my last okay, no, the previous one before the last live stream, we actually did necklines. So for this today's one, we're just going to do just a normal basic 3 inches by 3 inches. So that's the front pattern. That's 3 inches. So when you want to cut this neckline, don't put your tape like this on this point. Okay, because when you put your tape like this on this point, you are not going to have that tiny allowance that you are going to use to stitch the shoulder. So you want to still leave that space that you will use. If it is 1/4 of an inch, just leave that space before you measure your neckline. Okay, so I'll use 3 by 3 inches. I'll just place it like that, and then I'll just go ahead and use my chalk like this to connect it. Okay, so for the back neckline, like I said in that class, don't cut your front and back neckline the same. That's the width should be the same, but the depth should not be the same. Okay, so for the wideness, you can see the wideness I'm going to use the same, but for the back, the depth of the back, I'll use just about 1 inch. Okay, like this. I'll just mark that. I'll use my pattern curve. So you can actually do this on your pattern. So because I'm teaching, I just want you guys to understand, that is why I'm doing this. You can do it from your pattern. Just add all of this on your pattern. So I'll cut this out now. This is for the back piece. And then for the front piece, I'll go ahead and then I will do this like this. Okay, so the next thing, before we continue, we're going to check them to make sure that they are sitting the same. Okay, check them and double check. Okay, so you can see. So the next thing we are going to do now, we're going to cut out a facing for the neckline to make it simple and easy for us. Okay, so in cutting out a facing, so you want to cut out a facing, my fabric, I'm trying to manage my fabric so we'll be able to cut out that sleeve. So let's see. I think this neckline, I'm just going to use my pattern to explain it, or rather illustrate this. So I'm trying to get another fabric that is like a little bit similar to what I have here. Okay, so let's use a similar fabric. All right, so here is what you will do. Just fold your fabric like this into 2, and then place your front or your back pattern. So just place it like this. Very simple. You can see this is the folded end, and then this also is the folded end. Okay, okay guys, so you guys should please like the video. Those of you that are just coming in and that are just joining, please like the video. I appreciate you guys. You guys should like my video. Okay, so for the length, I am always begging you people should like the video, like it to make me know you appreciate what I'm doing. So the length of my facing, I'm going to use 9 inches. You can see, so that's my 9 inches. I'll just mark the 9 inches. So let me cut this out to make it easier for me. So I'll just cut this out first. So for those of you that are sewing, that are just coming into sewing, once you watch all of my live stream as a beginner, you will be able to cut and sew with little or no supervision. Okay, so like I always say, so I'll take this and then I'll place this, and then I'll show you how to cut out a facing, just in case you don't want to use a bias binding for your dress. So the armhole side, most times I always don't like it getting into my armhole. I just want it little like this. And then the next thing, I'm going to shape the down part of my facing. So in shaping my facing, I'll just do this and then just give it a curve like this. So most times what I normally do, I usually don't cut the neckline. I would prefer, it's easier for you to achieve it this way. You understand? Don't cut the neckline, leave the neckline, and then when you sew and then you turn, so it is easier. So this is the right side of my fabric, and then this is the right side of my facing. So I'll place them like this. So for the back piece, I'm not going to add this just to save our time. So let's leave that and just work on the front piece as we continue. So I'm trying to clear my table. So now let's readjust. Let me readjust my camera, okay? All right, thank you so much, Kate Lawrence. All of you that are liking my video, sending me gifts, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. All right, so I'm going to turn it like that. So this is the wrong side, so I did, this is the right side of my fabric and my facing. Okay, so it's easier for me to sew it this way, so I'll sew it from the wrong side. So you can see I'm just placing it like this, and then you turn on your machine. That's Nigeria for you. The light went off. So for those of you that are still there, don't worry guys, the light will still come up. Like seriously. Okay. So now let's continue. Those of you that are just joining, you should please like my video. Like my video. Like my video. I appreciate you guys. So now I'm stitching. I'm just stitching to turn the neckline. Okay. So I'm going to cut this open now. So after stitching now, the next thing you can see, so I'm going to cut now, open up the neckline. So this actually makes it easier. Okay, this makes it easier. So for those of you that are just joining us, you're welcome. If you have not liked this video, you should please like. Okay, what is your question? So after stitching, so you see, you just turn this in like this. You push your facing inside, inwards like this, and then you give it a good press. You're wondering what happened. It was the light. So give it a good press. So I'm trying to press it, to press the neckline down. So as you press it, just use your hands, push it out nicely. So, okay, I hope the connection is back. Okay, I hope the connection is back. So I'm going to cut this open. So those of you that are just joining, yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Lola. Thank you. I appreciate. So now you can see how the front is looking of our neckline. You see it? It looks perfect. Okay? So the next thing now, let's join our back and our front piece together. So like I said for this dress, so for the back piece, what you are going to do for the back piece, we are going to open up the back piece for the zip allowance. So we'll open that up. So in another video, I'm going to show you guys how to shape your back piece. That's for you not to have a zipper bulge. I'll do that in another class. So let's just continue with today's class. Okay, so the next thing now, I want to hold my zip allowance. So another way for you to do this, a very simple and easy way for you to do this, for those of you that are just joining, you're welcome. You should please like the video so the video others can see the video. Okay, so you take this, you fold it together like this, and then you place it. So this will actually help you to know your zip allowance points. Don't just randomly hold your zip allowance. Sometimes when you do that, it can become a problem. So you place the neckline, fold the front neckline, and then place it together with the back neckline, and then you mark the exact point. So this will actually make it easier for you, or you can, better still, you can give it a notch. But this is what I always do. This is actually better. after stitching, so you get it accurately. Okay, so the next thing, I'm going to close my zip allowance point before I continue. So like I said, for the back neckline, I'm not turning the neckline just to save time. Okay, so let's leave that. I'll do that later. So the next thing now, after joining that zip allowance, use a running stitch. You don't need to use a strong stitch, so you can see how the back looks like. And then the next thing, just give it a good press. Okay, so I'm trying to get my pressing iron and then iron this out nicely. So I'm making use of a satin. Sometimes it could be a lot of work, so I'll turn that to this part and then iron it. My pressing iron is not very hot. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to join the back and the front together. Okay, so in joining the back and the front together, this is what we are going to do. So you are just going to take your pieces together like this, and then we join them on the shoulder part. So I'll show you guys how to shaping our blouse. I just don't want to rush. So you can see, just make sure that you join the shoulder part, you hold them together nicely, and then take your facing and turn it in like this, just to give it a good clean finish on that shoulder part, and then stitch. Okay, and then stitch it. Okay, and then I'll cut this open. So I'll do the same thing to the other side. So I'll turn this over like this. I'll just use this to cover the shoulder. So I'll show you guys what I mean. Thank you, Lola, for engaging. Thank you so much. So for those of you that are just coming and peeping and going, you guys, thank you also. You guys should please drop your comments, okay, on the comment section. If you have not liked this video, you guys should like the video. I don't even, is it that the like button is not available? You guys should like my video. As far as you are coming into this live stream, like the video, okay? Look at the numbers of likes that are there, so you can see. So like I said, the back neckline, I did not turn it, so let's just leave that one. Okay, so the next thing I want to continue now, let's shaping our blouse. It's very simple process and simple way of shaping your blouse. So I'm going to turn this over now. So this, for those of you that don't know how to shape in a blouse, the light was a little bit dim. So now we're going to shape in our blouse. So we'll start from this part. Okay, yes, I think it's better this way. Let's place it this way. So when you want to do this, just go ahead and pin the shoulder part down. Just pin it so it stays flat. to make sure that the shoulder that the dress is the same. The one part is no longer than one. Pin it down. Okay. And then the next thing you are going to do now, you are going to add your bust measurement. So you come to this armhole area and then add your bust measurement. So you remember, so before this, let's add our dart. Let's add our dart to this dress. So in adding our dart, here's what I'm going to do to add my dart. I'm just going to fold this like this. It's a simple process. I'll fold this and then I'll use half of my bust span measurement, just like it is on my pattern. So I'll mark this like this, and then I'll come to this point also and then mark. So if it is a dress that you want to add your dart, you add your dart this way so you can see. So but for this I'm not going to add the dart, so I'm just going to let that slip by. So the next thing now, let's shaping our dress. So you place this like this. So for the measurement that I'm using for my bust measurement is 36. So 36, when you divide 36 now into 2, I'm going to have 18 inches. Make sure that everything is sitting. So that 18 inches, I want to make sure that I get the center accurately, which is 9. I'll place that 9 on my zip allowance point and then place it here, and then I'm going to mark the 18 here like this and then mark it on this side. Okay, so if you do this correctly, your dress are going to fit nicely. And then I'm going to come to the waist part. So for the waist part of my dress, the waist measurement that I'm using is 17. So I'll divide that into 2 now, just to make sure that I place it, which is 34. That's the full measurement. I'll place it like this. I just want to make sure that it is accurate, and then I'll do this. Okay, all right, thank you so much, Henry. The dress I'm making, the picture is on the thumbnail. Okay, so the next thing now, I'm going to come to the waist area. So for the waist area, I'm using the same. I'm using 18 and half, which is 37. So I'll divide that and then I'll place it like this. So the next thing now, I'm just going to join all of these lines together. This actually makes it easier. So you can see the dress from what it looks, it already has a shape, because when you do it correctly, you will see that the shape came out. So the next thing now, let's join it together. Okay, simple process. I'm just going to do this. So just stitch on the lines. And then this other side, when you want to stitch this other side, make sure that everything is still okay, and then you stitch. So for this, I'll start stitching from the down part. I need to readjust the camera. Okay, so I need to start stitching from the down part. Okay, so just follow the shape that you did on your dress. So the next thing now, I'm going to cut this open. Did I say cut open? I'll take out my pins for the shoulder part, and then I'm going to turn this open. So guys, you can see, you see our top. It's a simple top. It looks good, so you can see the shape. It looks okay. So the next thing we're going to do now, you want to shapen these armholes before you cut your sleeve. Okay, so in doing that, you're going to fold the sleeve together, the dress like this together, and then we'll place it like this. Make sure that the neckline points, they are the same, they are staying the same. And then use your hand, just open up everything, and then pin this together. So pin that together. So the next thing now, because if I add, thank you so much, Lola, I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. So you can see, so I'm just going to take this now. So I want to measure my shoulder, which is 14. So I'll just place it like this, which is 7. And then I'll come like this. I'll mark 8 inches, which is half of my armhole. 8 plus 8 is 16. And then I'm going to mark this. So I'm just trying to just do this. So now the next thing, this is how you are going to cut this. So when cutting, just cut it outside, don't cut it inside. So this is just like a rough way of just shaping your armhole, but you just need to do this so your dress will sit properly. So you can see that the dress, it has a little bit of shape now, or more shape. So you open this up and then you take in your front armhole. So even if you did this on your pattern, after stitching you still need to do this. So you take out a little bit, just like half of an inch from your front armhole. Okay, just do this. So you can see the back and the front armhole, they are looking different. Just about half of an inch, that's all you need to trim out. You don't need to go in too deep. Okay, so you can see how the dress looks like. So the next thing we are going to do now, we are going to add our sleeves. So the big sleeve is a simple process of doing this sleeve. So I'm just going to turn this. Let me put off my machine. It's making me to shout. And then I'm going to cut this open. So I'll fold my fabric into 2. So I'm just trying to trim it. That's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to trim it to make sure it is okay. So cutting a puff sleeve is like, it's a very simple process. Okay, so I'm just looking for the best way to do this, because so I'm like working with a limited fabric. So the next thing I'm going to do now, so I need to reduce the length of this sleeve. Okay, so let me reduce this length. I'll just cut a little bit out. Let me just measure the length. So for the length, you take the length that you want. So for this is about 14 inches. So that 14 inches, you are going to need, depends on what you want to add to the down part of your sleeve. Do you want to add an elastic, or you want to add a strap? That's a tiny strap, like is it strap, like you want to hem the edge. So you put that into consideration. So I'm trying to cut. Okay, so I'll just cut off this excess like this. So I'll cut off my excess like this. And then the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to fold this, and then I'll cut my sleeve. So when cutting this sleeve, I really don't need any excess. I really don't need any measurements. That is what I mean by I really don't need any measurement. Depends on how big I want it to be. So that's what I will use. So for this, I'm going to be using about 12 inches. Okay, so that 12 inches, what I'm going to do from this point, I'll just come down a little bit. So it is a puff sleeve. I'll come down by 3 inches. So I'm not using a pattern for this. I'm just using my free hand. So I'll just create like a round arc. Just trim that part off, just to create a round arc. So you can see this is how simple and easy it is. So I still want to double check the length of my sleeve. so it's still too long, so I'll reduce it. So you can use any measurement of your choice. So the next thing, I'm going to show you how to stitch this sleeve, okay? So it's a simple process. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to, the down part of the sleeve, I want to pleat the down part of my sleeve. So for the down part, if you want to add an elastic to this, you can do that. You can actually just fold this and then you pass an elastic through it, so you can do that. Or if you want to use strap, just like what I want to do, so let's go ahead and do that. So the next thing now, this is the down part of my sleeve, so I'm just going to pleat, just to give it that bogus look. So I'll just pleat it, but whatever you do, make sure that what you are pleating is the amount of your elbow or your wrist or your bicep, depends on where you want to put your sleeve. So I'm just taking like 1 inch pleats. That's what I'm doing. So as I'm doing it, I'm going to check. So for a very easy way, if you don't want to do this, you can use an elastic, but elastic on will not be as full as this. So for this, I want about 13 inches for my sleeve. So you can see, so I'm almost there. So just pleat and then check, okay? Pleat and check. So I have about 14 inches. That's just okay and better. Thank you so much. Okay, so for those of you that are just joining, you're welcome. You should like my video. Those of you that are I don't even know what's happening today. You are not liking the video. You should like the video, please. So the next thing now, for this top part also, I'm going to pleat. But another way that I can do this, so let's just finish easier when we work with the down part. So for the down part, I'm going to hem the down part of the sleeve. So in hemming the down part, I just want to check that I just want to make sure that I have enough fabric, and then I'll cut this off. You can do this in 2 ways, depends on how big you want your band to be. You can decide to use a bigger band like this, or you can just decide to use a slim band. So it is optional, okay? So I'm trying to trim. So trim that open like that, and then I'll trim this also. So I want about 2 inches. Why 2 inches? So when I use 2 inches, it will be easy for me to manipulate. But if I use anything less, it might be difficult for me. It will be difficult for me. But 2 inches is okay to turn out my sleeve. So how do you do the turning? It's a simple process. I'm going to turn it from inside out. So this is the inside. I'll take my piece like this, and then I'll place it. This is the right side of my fabric of my sleeve, and then this is the wrong side. So I'll take the right side of my fabric, and then I'll place it. So this is just like I'm doing piping, okay? So the next thing now, I'm going to stitch it down. So that's just what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to pipe the sleeve. That's pipe that tips. Okay, so after this, you will open this up, and then you will trim out from this part. Just trim out all of the excesses that you have, everything, trim them all out, so it will be easier for you to cover, okay? So trim them all out like this, and then you take this now, you bring this back now. So this is the right side of our sleeve now. So you can see with this, what you are going to do now, you are going to take this. So I want to give it a good finishing. Okay, so you take this now like this, you fold it one, and then bring this back like this. But for a beginner, if you cannot do this, you can just use elastic. Okay, but it is simple and easy, so you can see what I'm doing. So just, and then you use a very clean stitch to stitch on the edge of the sleeve, just to give it that covering. Okay, I will show you guys. So you just stitch it down with a clean stitch. If you don't know how to do a clean stitch, you don't need to get yourself worked up. It's just a matter of time. Okay, so I'll just continue like that. And then I'll open this up. Okay, for those of you that are just joining us, you're welcome. You people should like the video, like my video. You people want me to clap for you people, like my video, like, so you can see what we have. So it depends on how big, how full you want it to be. If you want a very big puffy sleeve, so we used about, how many inches did we even use? I forgot to know. Let me measure it. So we use about 13 inches. So you can use as much as 19 inches, 20 inches to make it very big and puffy. Okay, this one my fabric got limited me, so that's why I had to use about 13 inches. But it's the same process, so you can see. So the next thing now, we're going to join our sleeve. So join it on the side like this. Use your armhole, that's your sleeve measurement. Okay, your round sleeve measurement. Now that's what you will use. You just measure it, and then you place your measurement. Okay, and then I'm going to stitch this. I'll just stitch it to the end of the armhole. So most times when I do this, I'm not going to stitch it, that top part, I'm not going to stitch it. I'm just going to wait first. Alright, so for those of you that are just joining us, you're welcome. Those of you that have not liked this video, you people should like the video. Actually takes nothing. Okay, thank you so much, Millicent. Thank you. Those of you that are commenting, I really appreciate you. Those of you that are not commenting, it's not nice. That's just the truth. So I'm trying to put my thread. Now what is happening now? It's like I'm walking. Even me, I'm tired. Okay, thank God I did not fix my nails. Thank you so much, Gamilola. Thank you so much. I appreciate those of you that are commenting, those of you that are liking the video. I appreciate those of you that are giving me hearts. I appreciate those of you that are giving me money. I appreciate that, giving me super thanks. I appreciate you guys. I actually don't take it for granted. That's just the truth. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Okay, so the next thing now, we're going to fix our sleeve. Okay, I'm looking for the dress. Okay guys, so who can see? The truth of the matter, let me just say this before I continue. The truth of the matter is, when it comes to Susie, thank you so much. Thank you so much. When it comes to live stream, when it comes to live stream, if I look at the situation that I'm faced with, the truth is I will never do live stream. Recently, that was like last year, something just came up in my mind that I should be doing live stream strictly for beginners. Do you understand? It's not just for me to be always be teaching people that already know how to sew. Let me do stream for beginners. So that is why. So there are so many challenges that I'm faced with light, because most times this time that I'm doing the live stream, there is usually no light. For those of you that are in Nigeria, you know, in the evening we always like taking light. So even though right now I'm not using electricity, I'm using an inverter, but at times my inverter cannot carry my pressing iron. It can only carry my pressing iron during the day when there is hot sun. My solar will get charged. On nights like this, I don't want to run, because if I use it for pressing iron, it will run down the whole battery, and then the whole house will be in darkness till the next morning. So that is why you see most times when I'm doing live streams, notice that I will not iron, but when there's light I will iron. When I know that my inverter is full, I will iron. But if I look at all of these challenges, I will not do live stream. I will like, abeg. But I'm just determined that I must do it no matter what. So people should bear with me, even if you see that the lines are not straight because I could not iron. Just bear, just understand what I'm doing, okay? Thank you so much. So let's continue. Let's fix our sleeve. I will not stop. I will keep doing it for the sake of the beginners. Thank you so much, Veronica. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so let's continue. So I will not stop. I will keep doing it no matter the challenges. Let's just keep going, okay? So now the next thing, I'm going to open this up like this, and then I'll just notch that part, the center part, okay? And then I'll take my sleeve. So I understand what it is when you're walking, for you to walk and then you iron. But in this case like this, just on some few occasions, that's when you will see that there's light. So if I look at all of these things, I will not do the live stream. I will never do it. But I'm just determined that I will do it, okay? So whether there's electricity, there's no electricity, I'll do it. So we'll take the center part of our sleeve like this, okay? Just notch that center part. So we're going to start fixing it from the armhole, that's from the armpit side, because it is a puff sleeve. So what you are going to do now, we'll take, this is the sleeve, this is the armpit side also. I'll take the armpit side. So for this sleeve, if you want it to be puffy, line the sleeve. When you add a line into it, it will make it it will puff more. Just the same way, just cut out another pieces and then line it, okay? So I'll take this like this, I'll place them here, just make sure that they match on those points, okay? And then let's continue. Okay, so I'll just place them like this, and then I will start stitching on the arm. I'm starting from the down. Even my legs, don't they pain me? I'm tired. If it was normal video now, I'll stand up and go and rest, but this one I cannot stand up. So I'll just keep stitching as I'm coming to the top part. I'll keep stitching it. So it depends on where you want your pleats to be. You can decide to do 2 inches or 3 inches from your shoulder. So those of you that are just joining, you're welcome. Those of you that have not liked the video, you should please like the video. Like it to encourage me. It's not easy. It's just that because most times when I get messages from people, you just see something that, to me, I know it is easy, but as a beginner, I remember when I started learning how to sew, it will just look like these people are speaking Chinese in your eyes when it comes to these things that we do. For a beginner, to just be looking as in, you will just be wondering, will I ever catch up? So that's why I decided this live stream, let me just use it to be teaching beginners, those people that cannot go to a fashion school or somewhere to learn, at least from the comfort of your home. You can learn on YouTube with live streams like this, okay? So I'm just trying to stitch the other part, so when I get to the part where we pleat, I will stop. So just keep stitching, just navigate the curve, okay? Navigate the curve. So those of you that are just joining, you're welcome. You people should like this video. These people that are watching this video, are they from Pluto, or I don't understand, or are they from, I don't know, or don't they speak English? So you people should please like the video, okay? So when I'm done, I'll try and see, so you can see. So I'm trying to open this up so you can see this part. This is what we're going to pleat. So you can see we have X. Okay, sorry. Thank you so much, Blessing James. Thank you so much. So you can see we have excess. This is the remaining part of our sleeve. So the next thing, all of this is going to enter into this point to give it that puffy look. So the next thing now, I'm just going to turn this. I'll come inside now. So remember that notch that we made, that first time that we made. Put that notch into consideration. So from this point now, I'll place it like this, and then I'm going to, this is the notch. So this notch is going to stop. That's where the first pleat is going to stop. So I'm going to start pleating from this point. So depends on, so I'll start pleating. So I wish I could bend my camera, but I just hope you understand what I'm trying to do. So I'm just using like half inch pleat to pleat it. So that center part, make sure that that center that you notch, it fits into the center part of your shoulder, okay? If it does not, that sleeve will, the head of the sleeve will bend. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but somehow something will go wrong. Drop that in and get out from that place. It's my son I'm talking to. He's trying to distract and scatter my things. So you can see. So when I'm done, I'm going to bring it close so you can see what I did. I'm trying to block my iron. I pray that it does not trip off my face. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna go down here. Let's see. Yes, you carried it. So you can see the pleat. So you pleat that part, okay? So for your facing, so you can see what we have. You see our blouse. So the inverter carried it. So let's iron. Let me try and iron fast. Could not iron this dress since. Okay, so for those of you that are just joining us, you're welcome. Do you usually zigzag the raw edges of the skip? No, I usually hem. I don't zigzag. I usually hem. But if you have a zigzag stitch, you can actually use a zigzag stitch to do that. But if it is a dress, it's always better for you to just hem. Let me just iron first. I'll come back to all of these small things. Okay. So our dress has one hand. I could not do the second hand, I beg. People should bear with me. The dress is looking fine now. Looks really better. Okay, so let's see. Let me turn off the pressing iron. Okay. So my facing, I would want to use, you can use an hemming gum to secure it down. Okay, so I'm just trying to place it nicely. Thank you so much, Faith. Thank you. Okay, it's your first time here from Uganda. Thank you so much. All right, so most of the days that we do our live streams are usually Tuesdays. Tuesdays are like almost like constant, except if I'm very tired. Then after Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, just check. Just anytime you come on YouTube, just tune in your notification. That's just the truth. Because the thing can just enter my head now. Just decide, okay, let me do live stream. So that's what I normally do. So I'm trying to give it good press so it looks good, so that you guys can see what we did, what we achieved today, okay, in today's class. And we did nicely. We did well. We did well. Okay? Yeah. We did well. The dress came out fine. Even though we have some small. Okay. There's no water inside this my pressing iron. It's supposed to steam it. I noticed I was pressing the steam. The thing did not make any sound. All right, guys. So now let me readjust my camera. So now I'm going to raise the dress so that we can see what we did. You guys can see. So this one that does not have hand, let me just hide it there. So you can see the sleeve, you can see the dress, you can see. So for those of you that are beginner, you should just watch this live stream, follow all of the processes. You will be able to cut a simple top like this. So this is the other hand. We'll fix that one. Thank you so much, Maddie. You're watching from Sweden. Thank you so much, Marie. You're welcome. Thank you so much. So you can see the puff sleeve. So when you put it on, you just like pull it a little bit. So when you pull it, like I told you guys, line your sleeve. So when you add a line into it, it makes it thicker. So when you pull it together, so you can see when you pull it together, it comes up like this. And then the neck, just follow all of the neckline the way I told you guys. It will sit perfectly. The neckline will sit perfectly. It's not going to fall. And then the shape part also, you saw the way I did the shaping for you guys. Follow the shape part. Okay, Miriam, you're watching from Saudi Arabia. You're welcome. Chidinma, thank you so much for joining in. James, thank you so much. Juliana, you're welcome. So you can see, so follow the shape. So you see the shape of our dress. Follow all of the processes. For those of you that are just joining us, if you want to rewatch this live stream, just click on my picture after it is over. When you click on my picture, it will take you to my home page. On top of it, you'll see shorts, live videos. Just click on live. Okay, so once you click on live, you will see the live stream from the beginning, and then you'll be able to watch it. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so tired, I'm fagged out. Thank you so much. Those of you that tuned in today, I actually appreciate. Those of you that gave me super thanks, that dashed me money, that dashed me, I say thank you so much, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm so happy. Do you understand? I'm so happy. Lola, I'm so happy. Kate, thank you so much. Lawrence, thank you so much for the gift that you guys gifted me today. And all of you that tuned in, that liked the video, thank you so much. All of you that did not like the video, thank you so much. All of you that commented, thank you so much. Those of you that did not comment, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay guys, so I'm going to stop the live stream here now. So I think we are going to do this again on Thursday. So I'll just look for something beginner friendly. Thank you so much, Juliana, thank you. She said thank you so much. I've been following you in YouTube and I've learned. Thank you so much. Hey Maddie, you inspire a lot now. I want to learn more. Thank you so much. Elizabeth, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Okay, so by God's grace, that's, yeah, I think on Thursday we'll do this again. Okay guys, so I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Thursday, yes, in the evening. Thursday in our own Nigeria time, between 7:15 and 7:30. That's when I normally come online. Between 7:15 and 7:30. You can tune. Hey Maddie, okay, thank you so much for today. I'll see you guys in my next class.